we get to 1 minute, we're going to stop the poll. Remember, you have to answer on the poll. You have to answer, you have to click on the correct answer there, okay? So I'm going to end the poll now, and I'm going to share the results with you. As you may see, we have 50% of teachers that have never or that never teach online, 31% every now and then, and 18% frequently. And we believe this is very important because, as I was mentioning at the beginning, it's not something that we usually do. It's not something that takes most of our time, and it's something that hopefully today we're going to help you deal with better. We're also going to have a few more sessions. We will share with you the different sessions that we will have, and one of them is going to be, I believe, on Thursday, is going to help us or you to launch online sessions. Okay, so let me go here, and then, well, we have another question for you, and the following question will be this one. Thinking about teaching online, or that you are going to teach online now, we have this other question that is going to be, the following. Online teaching is, for me, A, interacting with students online. So do you think that online teaching is having an interaction with your students, you with them working together, dealing with issues and all that? Or B, sending them material and then have it back? So for example, you're going to tell them, I'm sending you a PDF, and please complete it, scan it, or take a picture, send it to me, I will grade it, and then I'll let you know the results. Or C, sharing with them websites to visit. So this is more like a recommendation. Students, we are going to have this website, and please visit it so you can practice and all that, but the teacher is not so involved. So for you, online teaching, what you have done or what you want to do or what you're projecting to do is A, B, or C. Once again, we are going to launch the following poll. Once again, another minute for you to answer that question. One minute, remember, please. I'm going to share the results with you. What do you think we're going to have? More A's, more B's, more C's? Well, surprising me, and very nice to see that most of us see online teaching as interacting with students online. And this is very important because then we can keep a better track of our students' progress, of their needs. Not always we're going to be at the same time than our students online, but we can be in touch with them. We can be together. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing the results, and well, please take a look at this. So what we wanted to do here, based on the responses that we believe we were going to have, A, B, or C, is to find a couple of or a few examples, a few resources that we could use as teachers with our students, either your or A or B or C. So the first one that I'm going to share with you, mm, just very important to point out, not all of them are from Cambridge. That's why it's open online resources. We have lots of resources in Cambridge, but we know that not all of you may be using our materials, or not all of you have, or maybe you're using all that we have. So we wanted in this session to add things that are not completely connected to our materials, but that you can use with any material you're using. So this is one thing that we decided. And well, what we are going to have right now is the first resource. And the first resource that we are going to have is one that you may know, by open online resources, and it's Padlet. Padlet is a very useful website. Please let us know in the chat if you've used it and how you've used it. But I may, I think that many of you don't know it, so we're going to share it with you today. Padlet is a website that, as you can see, you can create. Number one, it is for free. It has a limit of Padlets in the free account, but it's amazing. I mean, you can delete and create another one if you stop using that one, or if you want to have a new one and you don't want to pay for the premium version, you can just delete and create another one. So Padlet is a great tool. You can upload things. You can ask people to share. You can also do or create filters. You can filter profanity. You can filter comments. You can block comments. You can do many things. And what we have today for you is we have created one Padlet. I will ask you to enter to this Padlet in a second. So one very important thing for this session, or two very important things. Number one, if you have a QR scan code or QR scan code reader on your cell phones, please take it out, because we're going to show you the QR scan codes. But also, Ricardo, or we are going to be putting the links on the chat. Okay, so you can just click on it and go to the web page. If you can do this with your cell phone, it could be a lot better, because I'm going to ask you for a task. So this is the Padlet code. Underneath, you're going to have the link to visit the Padlet. And what I'd like you to do is, number one, enter to the Padlet. Okay, check, let us know if you can have access to it. It's open, it's free. You don't need registration, you don't need anything. You just need to scan the code or click on the link that we are going to share with you on the chat. And then once you're in the Padlet, post something. If you want to post a selfie, if you want to post a comment, if you want to share a document, whatever you want to do, please do it. It's very friendly. So if you're visiting from a cell phone or a computer or a tablet, you just click on the plus icon, and I'm just going to click on this one. I'm going to open my Padlet. And I will show you now that this is our Padlet. Oh, very good. Here we are. Hello. Hello, nice resource. Now, as you can see, we have already shared something with you. This using mobile devices in the language classroom is a document that we have. Cambridge has a website that is Cambridge Papers in ELT. And there we add all the research that we have done in English language teaching. So there we have the papers that you can download. For example, you have this first one that I'm sharing with you. So you can click on this icon and you can download the PDF. You can open it. You can also add a document, as I was mentioning. I see no selfies. I know that you may not want to share selfies, but if someone can post a selfie just to show, or if someone wants to share a file, a document, a Word document, a worksheet, or something, we can share everything here. So as you can also see, you can post, but we can also add comments to this one. So in this one, I'm going to add a comment. Thanks for visiting. And then there's another one. As you can also see, some of you have made a comment on our PDF. Okay, so now one good thing. This is very nice. This is Rocio said. Hello, Rocio. So you can ask your students to, use their name, so you know who's posting, or you can make it anonymous. So in that case, one of the advantages that Padlet has is that it doesn't ask for a cell phone number. It doesn't ask you for an email address. So it's also, very useful because and very safe for students, because they don't have to enter their information. And this is very cool. I can also click here, and as you can see, please let me know if you have any problems. Let us know if you have any problems when seeing what we're doing. So I can click on this one and I can add something. Oh, pictures, Ricardo. That is Ricardo Morales, as you can see. He made the introduction. So hello, Ricardo. We have more. Okay, yes, this video is very popular, hopefully. And that's why we don't have video today, because we don't want this to happen to us. So as you can see, we can add pictures, we can add documents, we can add videos. We have lots of things to add. Okay, so we have all this. And once again, you can ask your students, you can remember talking about this having interaction with your students. We can do this with our students. We can post something, we can ask them to download, we can have live comments, we can post back something, we can ask them to share their projects, we can ask them to do many things. And once again, you decide how to work with your students. You decide if you want to make it personalized, like asking them to write their name. You can also ask them, for example, sometimes in online classes or online courses, we ask students to do two things. Number one, you can ask them to have one post, so only one post. So Ricardo here, for example, has one post, okay? But then we can also ask students to, apart from making that post, to reply to 3 other posts or to add comments, so we can have more interaction. So Ricardo has added his picture, so that's his post, but also he will have to make a comment on 3 other posts. So we can start discussion. We can send a question. So for example, as you can see, the post that we have in this PDF has, this is Ricardo. Hi, Sandy there. Hello. So good morning, everyone. So anonymous, 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 because right now we allow that. But in the settings, when you adjust this, you can also ask them to enter their names so you know who is replying. To be checking the chat right now to see if you have any comments, any questions. Keep sharing, please. I'm going to give you 2 more minutes to share something. Okay, is this something you could use with your students? Is this something you're willing, that you see that it's friendly and that your students will also find interesting? Because this is also something very relevant, right? We're delivering online classes, we're delivering, you are using technology to deliver something, but do you think this could also be something attractive for your students, something they find easy to use, something that you teachers may find easy to use. So it's very important that you let us know this. Uh, so we're going to have the chat right now. I have used it before. This is quite easy to use. Yes, I cannot open it. Well, Adriana, there might be some, for some reasons, it clearly says the website does not load, not so easy to use. I can log into Padlet. Well, you don't have to log into Padlet. Once you create the Padlet, once you create the Padlet, you just have to do as I did, as we did. We share the link with our students. They don't need to enter to the Padlet webpage because then they may be asked to create an account. But if you share just the link, the one we share with you, you can. It's very easy for them to access. How can I maintain with communication with more than 3 students at the time? Somebody said here. Well, with 3 or more students, well, you need to ask them to post. I mean, as you can see, people can post as much as they want. So you can have 3, 5 more students at the same time. Please share the QR code again, okay? We'll share that in just a second. I find it very useful for teachers or adults, but for my first graders, I think it's difficult. They'll need their parents' help. Yes, for first grade, don't worry, we're going to have something further ahead. If there's traffic jam, yes, you cannot get the audio. What do you have to do? I think you have to check your settings. You need to check them. So I'm going to share once again the code so you can enter. That's the code for the Padlet. Now, I've just noticed that some of you are have their video on, and these days, because of the traffic that we have on the internet, it's been very difficult to load some pages. So maybe that's why some of you are having these issues, or some of you may not have a clear sound from our presentation. So I would please ask you to stop sharing your video. So just click on stop video, and so everything is faster for you and you have no problems. Okay, so that's the path. We're going to go to the next one, but let's do something. If you find download this PDF on using mobile devices in the classroom, we will be sharing more in the Padlet. So if you keep posting, or if you need another one, if there's something specific that you would like us to share, just please let us know through the Padlet. At the end, we will also share our information, and please let us know so we have more uploads there in the Padlet, and let's just keep it alive for the following month. It's something very you can manage it. You can say it's going to be open for a week or for a month. I'm going to keep this one alive for a month. So this month, hopefully, ends the contingency, and we can be sharing and we can be in contact during this month through the Padlet. Okay, so that is one. Remember, the one I mentioned is to have interaction with your students. There's another one. This one is really nice. We know the students like music. We teachers like music, and I remember some years ago, not many years ago, but some years ago, we have to get the CD, listen to the track, write down lyrics, put them on a word, delete some words, and then print it out, share it with our students. Then we had the lyrics, posted online so we could print them out and edit them. And we have been transitioning to friendlier, more interactive ways to use music for learning English. Lyrics training, I know many of you know it. If you don't know it, it's also amazing. You can use it online. You can use it on a web page, or you can download the application. Please let us know in the chat if you've used lyrics training. And lyrics training, once again, is a great way to learn English or other languages, because it has other languages. Right now we're going to check English, but it has other languages with music. So once again, I'm going to share with you the link. So this is the lyrics training link. So if you could please scan it. If not, we're also going to have it in the chat. Okay, the link is going to be in the chat. Scan it, please. Okay. And now I'm going to visit lyrics training. For the ones that don't know it, it's really, really simple to use it. So we're going to visit the web page. Okay. Oh, we have more posts on the Padlet, right? And this is lyrics training. Students love lyrics training. I have been using this one a lot. Okay, I'm sorry. Someone might have asked before, but does it generate the QR? Does it generate the QR code here? No, we generated that and we're sharing it with you. So don't worry, we will share that with you in a second. Okay, what about the poetic permission composers? Okay, that's part of lunch as well. Okay, so as you can see here, we're going to have the possibility to download the app, getting on Google Play, App Store, or go to the web. When we go to the web, we're going to see the possibilities we have. Aprendiendo, and this one is learning English, but you can learn Spanish, Portuguese, French. So there are a lot of languages to learn. And well, basically what you will see in lyrics training is that students or teachers or people are going to select a song. And when they select this song, they are going to have a screen where you will select if you want to be beginner, intermediate, advanced, or expert. And depending on the level you select, is you have to fill out 10% of the words, or you have to fill out 25% or 50% or all the words. So we're going to select principiante, and you click here to start the game, maybe another moment. So you don't have to create an account, just right away. And you just play on the video, and it's a game. So students will have to, or people will have to listen to the song, and they will have to type the right word. If we don't type the correct word, the video won't continue. So they need to pay attention. So as soon as you type, so it would stop there. as soon as we type the correct word, it will continue. Let's check the chat. Do you have any comments, any questions about lyrics training? Once again, remember we have statistics. Once again, we can download the application, and you have many songs. You have lots of songs here, different artists, okay? But also, we could go and check for different genres. So, pop, heavy metal, electronic music, rock, reggae, blues, music for kids, gospel, folk, country music. So, we're going to have many kinds of music, so you can ask your students to visit, to share with you the results, to tell you how they find it, and it's really important. It's really nice to share this kind of tools with them, because who doesn't like music and who hasn't learned English through music? So we are going to have the possibility to share this with our students, and to make English, or learning English, more engaging and more attractive for our students. Okay, so just let me go back to the chat to see if we have any questions. Ricardo is helping us a lot with the chat, so remember we're together on this, so he will be replying to your comments. I will also, we will read them right now. So that's the second one. We have 5, and so that's the second one so far. We're going to share 3 more with you that we may find that we found interesting, and also very important, based on the results that we had at the beginning. If you remember, more than 50% of teachers never or don't teach online. So we believe it was very important to find easy to use tools. Many teachers, or this 30% of teachers that always use the internet, always use websites, may find them, or may have already used them, but many teachers don't, and it's very important that we start using them right now. So let's, oh, so we have the chat here. David and Ara, hello David. Pretty good for things for your children, wouldn't work that well. Class Dojo, yes, we know many more. We have many more. Have the thing is that they can look for the lyrics somewhere. Yes, they can always cheat, but it's also important for them to see that even if they look for the lyrics on a different web page, I believe it's good, because they are practicing English. So this is, I mean, you don't want them to cheat, but they will be cheating in English. So it's great. So yes, but this is not for everyone, and this is also something very important. As teachers, we, that's our main role, right? To see what is going to work for this student or for that student, and this is this is where the magic of the teacher appears, right? Knowing what will suit your students' needs. So how can I find the shortest way to this kind of games and contest? The shortest way, well, let's see, just give us a second. Okay, so we're going to the following. We're going to number 3, and it's going to be this one. Okay, so number 3, remember number 2 is lyrics training. Here's the QR scan code. Here's the web page. Okay, so please check it just in case. Let us know if you have any questions. Okay, so the next one is Google Expeditions. Many of you may know this one, especially nowadays, that traveling is easy, but sometimes we cannot do it so frequently. So Google Expeditions is a project, of course, from Google, where students can visit, or people can visit, different places around the world. One very nice thing about Google Expeditions is that there's a lot of material uploaded that they can check with no problem, or that there's also the possibility for students or for institutions to upload their own material. There's a school that I'm working with, and the project is to upload a tour in their campus. So people who visit institutions and want to visit or want to see this school, they're going to be able to do that. So I'm going to play this video. Please let us know. Okay, so this is the one for Google Expeditions. There's a code. There's a QR code. Please check it. We also have the link here. You're going to have in the chat box in just a second. So please visit this one. This is, well, as I was mentioning, something really, really cool. And students can even create their own device to put their cell phone in, and if they put their cell phone, they can have a different experience, or you can do it just with the cell phone. So we're going to have this Google Expedition thing. Okay, so it says, bring your lessons to life with Expeditions. Introduce your students to a new way of learning with virtual reality and augmented reality. Download the Expedition. So we have the app. You can download it. It's compatible with iOS and Android. With the Expedition app, classrooms have no boundaries. So we're going to have, so please visit this one. You can take them to virtual field trips. You can take them to visit different places from the world. There's, as I was saying, a vast number of places to visit, videos to check on. So you can even get a kit for your classroom, create your own virtual adventures. So you can, as I was mentioning, create places that you visit. You can share your city. You can share, historical places. So you can share whatever you want, and of course, you can. People are going to watch them. Okay, so we have lots of information here. Google Expeditions. Please try it with your students. It's very easy to use also. It's very friendly. And well, we're going to move on to the following, because once again, I know that some of you, yes, could you change the screen? Isn't it needed to have the, no, you don't need, Alan Millan, you can also do it just with your cell phone. But you have they have the blueprints to create your own device. So it's really cool. So you don't even have to buy it. You can create it. Okay, I'm going to share. I'm going to have a new share with you. As you can see, internet at this time is becoming a little slow. It was working pretty well at the beginning, but now is a little slow. So I'm going to try again. I don't know if you can see my PowerPoint presentation. Just going to give it a few more. It's stuck on the QR code. Okay, so you can see the QR code. You are watching the QR code, so okay. So the following, stuck in the QR code. Perfect. Is that what you're seeing, the QR code? Okay. So can you see the following one? Because number 4 is Quizlet. And please let me know if you can see Quizlet. It's okay now. Okay, thank you so much. So Quizlet, what about Quizlet? Do you know Quizlet? Quizlet is amazing. Yes, James, it's amazing. Martin Garcia, thank you. This is one of the trouble when a lot of people is. Yes, Raul, we know that. And especially as I was mentioning, we have no Dulce doesn't know it. Marisol, no. Thank you, Samantha. That one is cool. Monica doesn't know it. Okay, thank you. Very, very good. Amazing practicing and playing. Yes, practicing English is very easy to be done here. And Quizlet, basically, we're going to check grammar and vocabulary. There are many units of study created, but you can create your own unit of study with your students. What I did for this presentation is that I shared, well, I looked for one specific unit of study. This is not the one we were talking about. Yes, and this is Quizlet. Okay, so if you once again scan this code or click on the link we're going to share in the chat, going to be able to visit. Good morning, Sandy. Quizzes. I don't know, Erika. I don't know quizzes. Yes, Isabella, it's the QR code, but this is the QR for Quizlet. Thank you, Maria, that you love Quizlet. Yes, thank you, Eduardo. Thank you for the comment. It is free. Yes, it is free. It's helped Samantha a lot in her ESP classes. Okay, in her Spanish classes. So I'm going to click for the ones that don't know it. I'm just going to click and share with you. And this is the lesson that I said I selected. Okay, so this one, you click again to see the term. So the first segment that we have is flashcards. So once again, it's either the flashcards that have been created, or the flashcards that you create. Okay, so this one is about food. Okay, so students will be able, once again, with flashcards, they are going to revise food. That's the concept. Egg, they can switch the card so they can, they don't see the translation, they see the picture, they go to the following, cheese, they see the image, bread. So they have 30 flashcards here. Okay, so they can see the meaning, they can see they can see the word, they can see the image. And when they have finished the 30 flashcards, they can go to learn. And when it's learn, they are going to find this. Okay, answer every term correctly twice to finish. Okay, so got it. So this is an apple, so they can click on this one, correct. They can go to the following, ice cream. They can also go to the following, oil. Hello, hello. Can you hear me? Okay, thank you so much. Can you hear me now? Yes, they like it. Do not. Okay. Okay, thank you. So once again, we have the flashcards, and then we have learn. And when we, as I was mentioning, when we click on learn, they are going to have the possibility to complete this quiz. Okay, so this is rice. It's going to go on to the next one. It's going to show the picture. It's going to show the options, but also one thing that this is bread. Okay, so we're going to have all this. We also have the possibility to do a few more things. Please explore it, because we're going to move on to the next one. But explore Quizlet, because they have lots of ways to practice. Flashcards, learn, write, they can spell, they have a test, they have games. So all of them based on the same vocabulary. Okay, the same vocabulary that one can create, or that you can select from the ones that we already, what they already have here. Okay, so let me go to the following. We're going to check the last one. Okay. And the last one, some of you may know it. This is totally Cambridge. And this is a website that is called Cambridge Para Ti, where we help you learn English while having fun with our free resources. And that's the, once again, most important thing. You will have websites to visit. You will have websites to download resources. And then you can click on students, families, or teachers. Of course, we teachers are going to click on teachers. Okay, so once again, Cambridge Para Ti is this website that is going to be really, really useful. Okay, it's awesome too. Yes, thank you. So let me just go to the following slide, where we are going to show you the link, the link and the QR code. And this is, once again, the QR code. This is the website, Cambridge Para Ti. Okay, so we click on that. Oh, not working. I can go from my browser. You can look at also as like this. Cambridge Para Ti. So we have it here. How do we access? It says that it's in maintenance. Yeah, we'll post the QR code at the end. What we have, and as Ricardo was saying, what we have is we're going to have the recording, and we are making the presentation also on Padlet. Okay. So it's here, as I was mentioning. Can you look at my screen? Can you see what I'm showing in Cambridge Para Ti? Okay, so you're going to click on teachers. And when you click on teachers, you're going to have to find all the resources that we have for teachers here. We're going to have, well, they can also, you can ask your students to go to students. You can ask parents to visit the one for families. And once again, we're going to have here teaching English online with resources, online seminars for teachers. We're going to have Exxon Lift, Sing and Learn, Write and Improve, learning English, pen friends, weekly. If you see weekly, for example, teachers can save time and effort by creating through this platform a free homework calendar with exam preparation material and pedagogical support. In weekly, you are going to create your lesson plans if you want to prepare your students for key preliminary or first for schools. Learning English, we have plenty of free online resources. We have our YouTube channel. We have Quiz Your English. That is a nice application that you can use with your students. It's also a free application. So here at Cambridge Parati, you're going to have all the free resources that we have to be shared with you. Once again, please visit this one since it's going to be very, very useful for you. And somebody was asking something. Well, Ricardo is going to, yes, thank you. Thank you. So no, you don't need an account. It's in English. It's for English. Yes, the page may be in Spanish, but well, and then, well, just to finish, because we know we are close to 11 a.m. So once again, please, if you want to take a picture, scan the code again. Once again, the link is going to be on the chat. Okay. Totally free, no registration needed. It will take you to all of our web pages that have resources. We're going to have this one for you. Okay, so as we're saying, that's what we're doing right now. We're supporting every teacher, better learning, building brighter futures together. And this applies for what we're going on or what we're going through today. Everybody has gone through something that has changed them in a way that they could never go back to the person they once were. Hopefully, when all this contingency is over, we are going to have a different perspective on many things. But for us right now, we want to share this with you so you start implementing all this, not only now, but also in the future. Okay, so thank you so much. I'm going to share, I'm going to unmute Ricardo because he has a few things to say. So just give us a second here. Okay, Ricardo, are you there?
Okay, good. Thank you very much, Federico. Yes, we do. Thank you, everyone, for participating. Think we still have a couple of minutes for a few questions that I have been collecting throughout the session, and I think it would be worth answering and giving some information about that. I know for some of you, this is the first time you have access to these materials. That's fine. This is the very initial step in terms of what it is that you can use in your classes. Some of you have more experience using some of them. Some of you have less experience. That is fine, right? As Federico mentioned, this would eventually allow you to be better equipped on how to work with your students. Please explore the tools. Please go over them. Click on the different possibilities you have, and this would enable you to come up with more tools for you to deliver your online classes. Why don't we go, Federico, for a couple of questions that we had. Thank you all for your questions. Thank you all for the comments. This is really useful for us. I'm sure we will have more sessions about this. As I mentioned earlier, this is a recording. We are recording the session, so you will have access to the codes again, to the QR codes, to the links and everything. So you would be able to go back and revisit this. We have a question from here. We have from Marisol Treviño. It was about using Quizlet. Can I use this for exams with pictures, Federico?
Yes, they can upload questions and pictures. Yes, the one that I was showing is something that someone else created, but you can upload whatever you, I mean, whatever you want. You can add the answer, you can add the question at the front, and you can have them. Remember, the flashcards is where they study, so we give the correct uh, input there, and then when they go to test, we can create different questions, and they can select the correct one. So yes, they can do it.
Okay. Earlier, Manuel asked, what is the advantage of using Padlet over Google Classroom?
Well, it's for me, and with the teachers that I've used it, it's a lot friendlier. It's flexible. Google Classroom is great, but we believe that you go to more processes or more steps when setting up and when people want to participate. So one thing that I like about Padlet is that, once again, it asks you for nothing. You don't need to. They can. And when you do it with your students and you ask them to enter their name, they will do it because you want them to participate and they want you to know they are participating. So in my opinion, it's a little bit friendlier. It's a little bit
Okay.
friendlier.
What about this possibility of being anonymous? Because I understand that with Google Classroom, they would need to create an account, and you lose that little aspect of being anonymous or being that instant. I think Padlet gives you that possibility of going
Yes.
really over things immediately without the need to go to through different filters, I would say.
Yes, yes, I think yes, it's been recorded. Uh, it's been recorded. Where could I watch this information again? We're going to paste follow our Facebook page. We have a Facebook page. It's Cambridge University Press Mexico. So follow us. That's my name. That's my email address. If there's anything you need, please let us know. Ricardo, any other questions that you saw that?
Um, yeah, well, basically, you would be we have covered most of the questions. I wish we could go over more of the questions. My advice is that you go and explore the tool, and I'm sure that the more you explore the tool, the less, I mean, many of these questions that came would be answered. We would be able to provide further support, and please be attentive to the series of events we will have. Tomorrow we have a session on using the Cambridge LMS tools. um, for those users of Cambridge materials, I think that would be very useful. For those of you who are unfamiliar to Cambridge materials, perhaps that would be interesting also to see what it is that you can do working from a distance with your students. So basically, you would be able to have access to this. We're going to continue with a series of events, live events. Please stay tuned to the Facebook pages from Cambridge University Press, Cambridge University Press for the region, for Mexico as well. Please contact your sales representatives. Please contact the offices in the different countries that you are coming from. I acknowledge and I'm aware that people from Colombia, Ecuador, Panama, Costa Rica, El Salvador, Mexico, we do have many visitors. Thank you very much. It is our main goal to be able to provide you with as many resources as you can have, but not only resources to use and for the sake of using them, but with some uh, input that you would be able to deliver to your students. And I'm sure that this would give you better ways to approach them. The session tomorrow would be at the same time. It's going to be
Yes.
1 hour. And thank you very much. Thank you all for participating.
Thank you,
Uh,
Enrique. Thank you.
we will make this session available very soon through the social networks. And stay tuned. Thank you all.